Hi all, welcome to Heights to Fly. Hi, welcome to the new session of Python. Today we are discussing about type conversion in Python. Let's first introduce what is the concept of type conversion. It is also known as the term type conversion is also known as typecasting, but there still exists a small difference. Basically, type conversion is changing an entity of one data type to another. That is, if we are declaring a variable or initializing a variable as integer, we can convert it to any other type. Or if we are initializing a variable in float value, we can change it to any other data type using type conversion. That is, changing an entity of one data type to another. Then the terms type conversion and typecasting. There is a small difference in both these terms. In typecasting, it is done by the programmer explicitly using casting operator or typecasting operators. We are using explicit functions or operators to do typecasting, and it is done by the programmer itself. But type conversion is automatically done by the compiler at the execution time. Okay, let's go to the topic detailing. First, implicit type conversion. It is also known as coercion. Implicit type conversion is automatically performed by the Python interpreter or at the execution time. For example, consider the variable a, which is an integer type, and I am initializing giving a value 3 to the variable a, and another variable b, which is 3.2, and I am adding these two numbers or adding these two data type numbers like integer and float a plus b, and is assigning the new value to the new identifier new num. The numbers are in different data types, one in integer and one in float, and the result we got it is in float 6.2. That is, the compiler or the interpreter automatically performs the conversion to float. By implicit type conversion, we can avoid the loss of data. That is, first data is integer and the second one is float. If there is no implicit type conversion, we will get an answer like 6. It will result in loss of data like 0.2. 0.2 will get lost. Such situations are avoided by implicit type conversion. Next, explicit type conversion. It is also known as typecasting. Here, the conversion is directly specified by the programmer or the user. Here we have to specify what type conversion we have to include. And there are predefined functions for performing this, like int, float, etc. Consider a variable a which have a value 183.5 and it is a float value. But I am trying to print the value as integer using the function int of a. It will generate a result 183. That is, the float portion or the decimal portion get excluded or avoided. 183.5 is converted to an integer value and the result get is 183. Loss of data may occur as we enforce the data to a specific data type. In the previous case itself, we saw that the loss of data like 0.5 gets eliminated or it gets lost. That is explicit type conversion. So in today's session, we discussed about implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. And implicit type conversion is done by the interpreter or compiler or at the runtime, but explicit type conversion is done by the user or the programmer. Let's go to the Python execution environment and discuss it detailedly. Here I am initializing a value a as an integer and another value b as float value and I am assigning the sum to another variable ab, and I am printing it. The result we get is 8.5, that is an integer value and a float value is added and we get the float value as a result. Loss of data doesn't happen here. We get the value, it's 8.5 itself. Let's go to an exceptional case. Here I am creating a string value s is equal to 423 and I am adding these two values, that is a and a plus s1 and trying to print this. Okay, I'm trying to add or combine an integer type and a string type. Here I got an type error and supported operand type as 4 plus, that is data types string and integer or float values can't be get added. Such cases will get a type error. Let's go to explicit type conversion. That is, I am using a is equal to or w is equal to 123.9 and I am trying to print the value in the w. Okay, trying to okay, it's 123.9 get excluded or eliminated. That is explicit type conversion. Here I am directly printing the value w. Okay, it's 123.9. When we use a predefined function int with the variable w, the float value gets converted to integer data type. 123.9 gets converted to integer type 123. So in this class we discussed about implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. Hope you understand. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and share for new videos.